We decided to kick off our partnership with the Miami Ad School with the topic of collaborative technology because it's the basis for creativity in the communications industry today. While we certainly spend a lot of time coming up with ideas on our own, when we really want to make them happen, we often have to get together in a room, hash out the execution plans, share documents, and even jump on video conferences with team members around the world. If you don't understand the technologies that you need to use to make this happen, it's often really hard to get your creative idea off the ground. In addition to using collaborative technology for the actual creative process of connecting different groups and making sure everyone's on the same page, many of these tools are an essential part of the creative process. They can be used for brainstorming, to gather research, and even to get users involved in a creative campaign or marketing endeavor. At Google, we're constantly working together. In fact, our office spaces are set up so that we purposefully have to work with each other. We have micro kitchens in all of our offices where we gather to make coffee, grab a drink, and have a snack. Often you'll find folks just camped out, working together, finding out what other people are currently pursuing so that we can bring our ideas together and maybe make something more creative get off the ground. Sometimes, though, we don't have the privilege of sitting in the same office with each other. At Google, we're distributed all over the globe. Many of my teammates are based in San Francisco, where I'm in New York. I work closely with teams in Sao Paulo, in Brazil, in Chicago, and Los Angeles. A lot of times we don't have the chance to get together for a cup of coffee in the micro kitchen. So when that happens, we have to rely on collaborative technology to help us get our work done. We're constantly putting ideas into Google Docs, into spreadsheets, and shared presentations. We get information from each other by using Google Forms, and we always hop on Hangout so that we can see each other face to face even when we're not in the same office. It really makes us feel closer, and we trust each other a lot more because we're able to collaborate so easily with all of these tools. A lot of times, to make really great things happen, though, we're not just working inside of Google. We're working with a number of partners outside of the Googleplex. Many of these partners are creative, and several of them are at agencies. To do this, we still rely on a lot of the collaborative technologies that we'll talk about today to really get things done. Sure, we hop on the phone and we visit each other in person when we can, but when we start working on things, we often have to pull together a doc or a spreadsheet or a presentation to make sure that everybody's looking at the same version and we're all in a loop of what's happening. Now that Google Plus has launched, we jump on Hangouts quite frequently with our agency friends. It's very easy to just pull somebody into a video chat, share your screen, and show what you're working on. It's not just these newer technologies that we rely on. Of course, we spend an inordinate amount of time in our email. This is still the main way that we communicate at Google, but we supplement our actual work with things like Google Plus and Google Docs and spreadsheets. We're on chat constantly, shooting each other back links and documents and helpful tips, and these are some of the ways that we can work smarter and faster across groups that are distributed around the world. At Google, we have an experiment that's picking up momentum. We've actually asked Googlers if they're interested in getting rid of their landlines to instead rely completely on chat, video conferencing, and email. We don't have to call each other on the phone most of the time because our technologies allow us to connect directly through these video platforms as well as chat. I haven't actually made the switch off of a landline yet, but I have noticed that it's collecting dust on my desk. We wanted to work with Miami Ad School because the future talent of the creative industry is here at the school. And we knew that by putting the tools and technologies that Google has to offer in the hands of the students, they would do amazing things with them and build upon our tools in a way that we never thought possible at Google.